The Niners just completed day 2 of their joint practices with the Las Vegas Raiders. And with many people focusing on how the quarterbacks are performing, I'm going to go ahead and break down each quarterback's performance today and their stat line. So let's go ahead and jump in to their starter, Brock Purdy. Today, Purdy went 16 of 27 with 1 touchdown throw, 1 touchdown run, and 2 interceptions on 11 on 11. Furthermore, on 7 on 7s, he threw 1 more interception. Moving on now to the other Niners quarterbacks, Lance on the day went 1 of 2, while Darnold went 3 of 3. Both Lance and Darnold had interceptions like Purdy on 7 on 7s. With those overall stats out of the way, we need to dive a little bit more deeply into each quarterback's numbers and if we should care that Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions today. I mean, we should care, but how much should we care? To answer this, we need to talk about the Niners' overall quarterback numbers for this entire room today. 6 interceptions, but 3 of those did come on that 7 on 7 period, like I mentioned. For me, I don't really view this period as an indicator of how a quarterback will play in the game because, well, it's not really a realistic situation. They have no pass rush, and it's just that 7 on 7. So for this video, I'm going to focus on 11 on 11s, which means we're focusing mainly on Brock Purdy's performance today, as he was the quarterback to take the most amount of reps. Overall today, we saw Brock Purdy throw the ball 27 times over a course of 5 possessions. Let's go over some notable plays, including those interceptions and touchdowns. Purdy found Deebo Samuel on an early play in practice for a pickup of about 25. Next, Purdy scrambled to his left on a play on 4th and 1 and picked up the first down. On Purdy's second offensive possession, he made his first major mistake of today's practice, where he threw an interception to Marcus Peters. Peters had coverage on Deebo Samuel on the play, and after the play, Peters threw the ball up in the air as a celebration. Purdy, after this play, was put in a worse scenario after making a couple of bad plays, including throwaways and a coverage sack. But Purdy then hit Juwan Jennings on 3rd and 17 over the middle to pick up that first down. Another notable play in another possession came when Purdy hit Brandon Ayuk on 3rd and 5, gaining about 15 on the play. But this productivity from Brock Purdy was short-lived because shortly after that, he hit linebacker Robert Spillane in coverage for his second interception. This was just a bad throw from Brock Purdy. After Purdy threw this interception, the Niners offense was able to continue to work from that spot, so Purdy then attempted to throw to Deebo Samuel, got the first down on a holding penalty, and then connected with rookie tight end Brayden Willis. Of the 2 rookie tight ends so far, I've been much more impressed with Brayden Willis. He looks consistent in his catching as well as his blocking. But this isn't a video about Willis. On Purdy's 4th drive, we saw him hit TDP for a touchdown pass. But before that, we saw nice throws to Deebo Samuel and a nice corner route to Brandon Ayuk for a gain of 30. Purdy's final drive on the day came with Purdy driving in from the 20. He was able to score on a quarterback draw. So with Brock Purdy's day out of the way, let's talk about Trey Lance's day. As I mentioned, he went 1 of 2 and threw that interception on 7 on 7s. He also had a sack today, and his completion came by hitting Cameron Lotsu. So not too much to report actually here, but I am expecting Trey Lance to see a considerable amount of time come this preseason game. As Brock Purdy just received nearly 30 throws, I don't see him going on the field at all. Moving off Trey Lance's day and now into Sam Darnold's day, he didn't receive a whole lot of opportunities either in the 11 on 11 drills, going 3 of 3, hitting Ronnie Bell, Willie Snead, and then capping off his day, hitting Daz Newsome. So with each quarterback performance laid out, should Kyle Shanahan be concerned, or is he concerned with this 6th interception day? And I would say he's probably not that concerned, or as concerned as many fans are. Let me explain. It's not like Kyle Shanahan wants his quarterbacks to be throwing interceptions in practice, but he does prefer them to throw the INTs in practice rather than games. So having a quarterback maybe be a little bit more aggressive or try things he wouldn't try in a game isn't a bad thing. And this is probably what Brock Purdy is doing. Furthermore, you want him to be challenged in these situations and adapt. But we do need to speak about the other side of the argument. Should Brock Purdy be benched and replaced by a guy like Trey Lance or Sam Darnold, who's thrown a whole lot less interceptions this training camp? I don't think so. I weigh game situations a lot more, and I think the Niners do too. But if Brock Purdy goes out and starts throwing a whole lot of interceptions during the regular season, it's totally feasible that he could get yanked and replaced by either Sam Darnold or Trey Lance. With that being said, that so far hasn't been the case. Purdy hasn't gone out in real games and thrown a ton of interceptions. Rather, last year, he had one of the better TD to INT ratios across the entire NFL. Additionally, it's important to point out that two of the Niners quarterbacks are still essentially rookies, with Brock Purdy and Trey Lance not having a full season under their belt. So each one of these guys should continue to improve in practice and as well as games. So Trey Lance may throw more interceptions than a vet, and maybe even Brock Purdy will. But we're looking for development out of these rookies and our young quarterbacks going forward. However, maybe I'm wrong, and what's more important is practices and not actual games like the playoff games Brock Purdy won or how we went on that stretch last year. I just want to see how these quarterbacks perform when live bullets go flying. And I want the best quarterback out there, whether it be Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, or Sam Darnold. So with my thoughts out of the way, I'd like to hear your opinions about today's practice and what you're looking forward to seeing this preseason game. It would also mean a ton to me if you liked and subscribed. And as always, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.